Hey you horror hounds, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host as always, Jay Schatzer, and today I have a tremendously fun 80s horror flick lined up for us. It is Anthony Hitchcock's 1988 classic, it's Waxwork. And guys, this one is just all kinds of 80s fun. You just have to dive right in and just don't worry about anything else, just absorb the entertainment. Here is Waxwork. Waxwork is a highly demented late 80s horror flick, which centralizes all of its efforts into bombarding our senses with horrific sights and entertaining flavor. Drowning in 80s cheese and filled to the brim with weird and wacky moments. The production excels in its interesting premise and madcap mentality. With its wild characters and chaotic approach, Waxwork is one hell of a fun time at the movies. The film follows a group of college students led by the hopeless underachiever Mark, who attend a strange party at a newly opened waxwork museum. Once there, they shockingly come to realize that the waxwork has mysterious magical powers that transport the viewer into a real-life horror situation, one with deadly results. As Mark's friends are murdered one by one, he desperately tries to figure out a way to destroy the sinister museum, along with the curiously sadistic and seemingly immortal curator of the establishment, David Lincoln. Zach Galligan takes on the unlikely hero role of Mark, the wealthy college student who comes to find that his family history runs deep in the occult and supernatural. Galligan is extremely entertaining in the part, showcasing a great deal of comedic timing, along with a heroic disposition that amps up the enjoyability of the movie to extreme levels. Totally immersed in otherworldly weirdness, he rolls with all the unusual elements of the film, and he does so in charismatic, unabashed style. Along for the ride is a collection of 80s character actors, both young and old, who truly bring the film to unbelievable life. The heavy hitters of the piece are David Warner as the sinister David Lincoln, owner of the waxwork and all-around evil mastermind. Deborah Foreman as Sarah, the pure and innocent young woman with an appetite for masochism. Dana Ashbrook as Tony, the typical college slacker with an affinity for werewolves. Michelle Johnson as China, the sultry and fiery young woman turned vampire lover. Mihaly Michu Meseros as Hans, the pint-sized butler at the Waxwork Museum. And finally Patrick Macnee as the adventurous wheelchair-bound senior citizen Sir Wilfrid. In outstanding and outrageous fashion, the cast brings an unchained and boundless personality to the already sensationally strange flick. The combination of all these genuine talents make for a surreal cinematic world that just screams endless 80s fun. Riding high off of these expertly talented actors is the film's overwhelming atmosphere and profusely fun premise. The sheer concept of a horror-themed wax museum where the figures come to life is a splendid one, and the execution of said concept is a horror movie lover's wet dream. From ravenous werewolves, decrepit mummies, bloodthirsty vampires, and even lustfully sadistic aristocrats, the film is jam-packed with an assortment of baddies that will make your head spin, and they're all executed in the most expert of ways. The practical effects work of the film alone is worth the price of admission, as we are witness to beautiful blood splatters, unsightly gore, and a heavy helping of creature effects, thanks to the inclusion of the various monstrosities on screen. It goes without saying that Waxwork is a thing of demented beauty, and with the combination of entertaining comedic flair combined with the inclusion of a stark and terribly vivid horror world, you've got yourself one hell of a memorable flick. From the various worlds that the characters travel to the unbound fun of the entire production, this is one horror film that truly stakes its roots in the era of the 80s, and one that comes out the better for it. If you love the movies that came out during this time period, and you consider yourself a horror connoisseur, then make a concerted effort in hunting this one down. I for one can guarantee that you won't be disappointed. In summary, Waxwork is a profusely entertaining horror hybrid with a devilishly demented and fantastically fun edge. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the amazingly fun 80s horror flick, Waxwork. It's just a great example of the genre and a great example of the era. It really is that much fun. But that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed that one, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe. And if you have time, leave a comment below because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you at the next movie review. Take care.